remember the moment my phone lit up. It was a name I hadn't seen in quite a long time. It was one of my original clients. Now, this is somebody who'd been fully booked for years. During the tattoo boom, their diary was booked up to a year and a half in advance at some times. They'd always had a waiting list. They'd always had deposits rolling in, and they'd always had something simmering, whether it was through tattooing or through their own artwork. But this time, the message wasn't something I expected. It was very unusual for them. And it said, "Hey Alex, everything's gone quiet. I don't know what's happened. Can you help me please?" She wasn't dramatic. She wasn't emotional. It was just honest. And she admitted a little bit embarrassed. And look, instantly, I knew this wasn't a marketing problem. I'd seen what she'd been doing. So I understood, definitely not a marketing problem. This was something deeper, and it was something I've seen happen to dozens of artists over the last 12 months. Because here's the truth. Your diary doesn't go empty because you lost momentum. It goes empty because you stop activating the goldmine that's literally sitting inside your existing client base. And that was exactly what had happened to her. Now look, by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how I diagnosed the real issue behind her sudden slowdown, the exact framework that we used to rebuild her bookings in less than 14 days, and how you can use the same system to create stable, reliable demand, even if social media is a bit unpredictable right now, which it is for a lot of us. Now look, this isn't theory. This is a real story about a real artist, and I guarantee that you'll see yourself in it. The real reason she went quiet. When she called, she blamed Instagram. She said the posts aren't doing well, reels aren't really landing, and people just aren't spending on tattoos. The algorithm's all over the place. But after I spent 5 minutes digging into her business, it was pretty obvious. A huge chunk of her existing clients had not heard from her in months. Not one follow-up. No personal touch points, no nurture, no reactivation, nothing. So she wasn't lacking clients, she was lacking connection. Identify the dormant clients. So the first thing we did was pull up our old client list. Not new followers, not cold traffic, not hashtag people who were searching for just random stuff. People who had already trusted her enough to get her tattoos on their skin. People who we knew loved her work. And instantly, we found over 220 previous clients who hadn't booked in 12 to 24 months. 220. Now that's not a social media problem, is it? That is a gold mine, and it's just gathering dust. It's going old, it's going out of date. So we need to dig back into it. Run a reactivation sweep. So this is what we deployed exactly. A simple 3-part personal message sequence. Value first. Hey, I've been thinking about your piece, kind of opener. It's like a micro-transaction invitation to update, touch up, expand, or add on to a tattoo in a limited window where she has 10 spaces available. So we weren't begging, we definitely weren't discounting, we were just reconnecting with people who we know love her. And within the first 36 hours, 9 out of those 10 spaces were gone. Because people don't stop loving tattoos. They just stop thinking about booking, and that's the truth of it. Tattoos aren't always on people's mind. They just need a nudge. So until you remind them, they're just going to be sat silent. And that's what we did. Rebuild personal pipelines. Momentum doesn't come from posting. It comes from DM conversations, personal outreach, micro touch points, client check-ins, human connection. So we built her a weekly system that automatically gives her these things. Who to follow up with, who to nurture, who to reactivate, who to upsell, who is ready now. And she followed the system daily, consistently. Zero overwhelm. Very simple stuff. Install the growth engine. Now here is where everything changed for her. We installed the growth engine. It's the same system you've heard me talk about, which does one thing better than anything else. It turns existing clients into repeat, long-term, high-value clients. By week 2, her diary was fully booked again. By week 3, she had a wait list starting to form. By week 4, she had predictability back, the thing every single tattoo artist in the industry loves, a predictable diary so we know what's coming. It wasn't because the algorithm favoured her in any way. It wasn't because she hustled harder, posting more and more on social platforms. None of that applied. It was because she finally tapped into this gold mine that she already had. Her client this. So the message here is, if your diary's been a bit quiet, if things are starting to feel a little bit slower than they used to, and if you're relying on Instagram, but it's getting more unpredictable, like we know it is, then you already have the same problem as she has, but you will have the same gold mine that she has. You just need the activation system. Your next wave of clients is already out there. They're right here, already in your world, waiting to be activated, just like she did. Don't wait for things to go quiet before you act on this stuff. You need to do this today. Do what she did about it, but do it earlier, before your diary's dead. And I'll walk you through this step by step.